Hi everyone. Today we're taking a look at homework. You might be wondering how it impacts your student's grade, or if it even matters. Let's start at the beginning. People learn at different rates. We're all naturally good at some things, but at others we need more practice. Practice helps us get better. Just like you needed to practice when you learned how to ride a bicycle, students need practice when learning academic skills like reading and math. When you practice, you sometimes mess up. I know I fell off my bike 100 times before I really got the hang of it, and maybe you did too. How would it have felt if our parents had punished us for falling off our bikes? It would have been really unfair, right? We were just practicing, trying to get better, and mistakes are going to happen when we're learning new skills. There shouldn't be a negative consequence for not being perfect during practice. And that's our philosophy with homework. It's practice. Students are going to make mistakes. They're going to have wrong answers, and they're going to struggle for a while. And that's fine. That's why homework isn't calculated into students' grades. We want them to have a safe context for their learning, where they can practice without negatively impacting their grade. It's more important to us that students learn from their mistakes than that we ding them for every wrong answer they have on nightly homework. Homework is essential to helping students learn, and we want to encourage them to try even if they mess up sometimes. But what happens if students don't do all their homework? Well, look at it this way. Not everyone needs the same amount of practice. I know I took a lot longer to learn fractions than most of my classmates. I needed that practice. But then, I learned long division really fast. I just didn't need the extra long division assignments we got homework for. I knew it. I aced all the tests, so the homework in that case just wasn't needed. And this is another reason why we don't calculate homework in a student's grade. If the student already knows the skills, they might skip the homework, but they will still do well on the summative assessment, like a test, paper, or big project, which is where their final grade comes from. If the student doesn't know the skills, they should be doing the homework so they can do well on the summative. We want students to take responsibility for their learning, so making good choices about homework matters. Now, we all know that some students think they know more than they do. They might think they know the skills, but in reality they need more practice. Sound familiar? Well, this is where parents and teachers can really partner up to help kids. If a student needs the practice but isn't doing the homework, we need to help them understand why homework is important. We need to help students understand that homework practice is an essential part of learning. If your student plays sports, you could try comparing homework to team practice. Just like training sessions prepare you for the big game, homework prepares you for the big summative. If they are into arts, you could try comparing homework to play practice or to learning an instrument. There are plenty of real-world applications of the practice makes perfect theory, so think about what your student relates to and connect in those examples. Homework practice also shows teachers what students need more help learning. The feedback teachers get from homework helps them to revise lessons to support goals that students may be struggling with, or to know when to move on in a lesson because students have mastered the learning goal. Homework practice also shows teachers what students need more help learning. The feedback teachers get from students' homework helps them to revise lessons to support learning goals that students may be struggling with, or to know when to move on in a lesson because students have mastered the learning goal. Just like a good coach prepares a practice plan to focus on areas the team needs to strengthen, teachers do the same thing in their daily lessons. If athletes stood around and didn't participate in practice, how would the coach know what skills they needed to improve? The same is true for teachers when it comes to learning. Teachers need evidence from students about how successfully they are learning in order to make the best learning plans for the class. Homework is a great way for students to provide learning evidence for teachers. As always, the staff at Round Lake Area Schools is eager to help you in talking with your child about learning. The teachers, administration, and staff at your children's schools are ready and willing to discuss all of this with you. Join us next time at the Parent Partnership Library.